How was up, y'all? It's Poppin' with Crack News. Boss here to this vid is titled When Celebrities Don't Get Recognized. This is pretty funny. I've seen clips of this when, you know, they'll have like street interviews or whatever, and it'll be the celebrity like talking to them like in a disguise, and they have no idea. But yeah, let's see what's on here. Let's watch.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? All right, I'm Ron.
They're not even in a disguise.
In between games in LA, LeBron James decided to put in some work on his off day.
Oh, I've
And
seen
by
this.
work, we
I've seen
mean
clips of
working
this.
as a new team member at Blaza Pizza. You'd think someone wearing a basketball shirt would know who the greatest player of all time is, right?
That's
Think
wild.
again. Oh.
How are you? How are you? I love your glasses.
Thank you.
They're so awesome.
You look very familiar. Very familiar.
It's first day on the job. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm shadowing.
Yeah.
Really tall shadow.
He looks like Dwayne.
Dwayne? I get that a lot. What is that on your chest? Is that golf ball?
No, it's basketball.
Oh, that's a basketball. What's
Basketball, man. I keep telling him he's gotta try basketball.
No, I don't know that. Is that when the referee holds up the goalpost?
That's football. That's football.
When millionaire celebrities do
How
normal
did he
human
not?
stuff, they get a thrill out of it. This guy on the train wasn't too happy with LeBron wanting to include
Oh, I
him
saw
on his
this too.
vlog.
We decided to hop on the train with the squad. Hey, Shanell, what's up? What's the question? What's the question? I don't know this dude right here. He tripping.
This is the moment you realize not all celebrities
So
know each other. How can you be a fan of Jerry Seinfeld and think he'd want a hug?
Tired most of the time.
I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Take it down.
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no, thanks.
So weird. Why would she do that?
That was a nice movie. I don't know who that was. Yeah, that's Cash Out. Okay. Well, I wish it was.
And now for another iconic moment when celebrities didn't recognize each
Oh,
other.
Enrique.
This was the time Enrique Iglesias went to work in a fast food restaurant. Actress Amy Smart had absolutely no idea it was him.
Girl, and I don't know who you are.
Are you famous?
No.
What's your name? Amy what? You are famous. That's cool. You trip along with the guy who does burgers?
Yes, I have boyfriends.
Does he do burgers? You know I'm an actor.
I was like,
Can I give you one of my headshots?
no, because I'm not going to do anything with it.
What if I'm famous one day?
I'm going to get this line right now.
One of these days I'm gonna be famous. One of these days I'm gonna be famous. You're gonna want to be in one of my movies.
I'm sexy. I want to put my own.
Okay, just relax. No, don't move. $4.95. $4.95.
Just give me 20.
Oh, okay.
What's worse than not being recognized as a world-class actress? Being told how much better Jennifer Aniston is than you.
Can you name 5
Go on,
Jennifer
sing it.
Lawrence movies?
5 Jennifer Lawrence movies.
That's what I was referring to in street
And
interviews.
actually about Aniston, I could say.
Right, Jennifer Aniston is way better than Jennifer
Yeah,
Lawrence. Do you agree?
X-Men.
Much
Yeah,
better.
I love her.
Prettier, funnier.
Yes.
Yeah, better movies.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah, great.
I love
Jennifer
her.
Lawrence.
Now imagine you're a Brazilian tourist going out for a walk and you see a bunch of people circling one particular man. Would you ask him who he is? This woman did exactly that, only to find out he's the president of Bulgaria.
I love all your from Brazil.
Brazil?
Yes.
What are we going to do?
Why not here?
Right, it's great.
Why are you important? Sorry. You are important.
I'm not so important.
Now, people are taking pictures and you're important. Why?
I'm the president.
Girl.
Celebrities are usually the ones dodging cameras in public, but here's a rare moment where Shawn Mendes flipped the script and filmed a random person on the street.
Right now, hold this phone. I'm going to hear from my mom. You hold it.
No, I'm sorry, bro. No,
You good?
no, I'm sorry.
You won't be in it.
Oh, just for you.
Yeah. It's already going. You're not the first one. Ready?
Oh my god. This is wasting my time.
Sorry.
Billie Eilish, Katy Perry, and Orlando Bloom in the same room. Could there be any more fame? Well, maybe just a little, as Billie Eilish didn't quite seem to know it was actually Orlando Bloom she was hugging.
My fiance who like doesn't listen to
I literally had
He
you.
literally will only play you in the car
Background.
all the time. Thank you, bro.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's
I'm
okay.
so proud of you.
And I love you.
That guy?
That's about it.
You?
Yeah, that's it.
That was you? It's my guy's so skinny. No way!
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Bring him back. I want to meet him again. He kissed me on the cheek. I did not know that was him. I thought that was just some dude Katy Perry met. Oh my god.
She was very nice to
Wonder
him,
what it
though.
would be like to
even
get
though
a
she didn't know
ride
who
from
he
Shaquille
was.
O'Neal. Wonder no more. See what happens when Shaq
So
tries to go
obviously
undercover
Shaq.
as a Lyft driver in Atlanta to surprise passengers. Turns out when you're 7'1" and an entertainer
These
on the court
disguises
and in
are
front of the
wild.
camera, it's hard to surprise anyone.
Like basketball?
I recently got into basketball because of the Hawks. I had a friend who was a Hawks.
You know what that is, right? It's a dead hawk.
A dead Hawk. I don't know a thing about basketball.
Nothing?
Nothing.
You know about free throws? Spread your fingers out, and then follow through. Watch your nails. When you do your nails.
I'm like, sir,
Do it 10
put
times.
your hands on the wheel.
3, again.
Time of my
4.
life.
You know what? You just learned from the greatest free throw coach of all time. I want to play ball, but I run funny. My pants get stuck in my butt.
You look like the basketball tight that you get down on the court a little bit.
Nah, man. Who's your
Let's
favorite
put these
basketball
disguises
I gotta stick
together.
with Dikembe. I mean,
No.
no.
Did you block everybody's shot?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever dumped it in his face before?
Not that I saw.
Oh, did you saw?
Now here's what happens when we swap Demi Lovato as the Lyft
I
driver.
think I saw
I
this.
love Lyft. I just started.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a job that's like, cool for the summer.
Do you do anything else besides Lyft?
I actually.
This is sus though. Why are everybody sitting in the front? Did you tell them to? Very interesting, because that's not common. Usually people go straight to the back. I always go to the back.
Really want to be a singer someday. Like, I have actually been traveling the country with my ex-boyfriend's brother, because he sings too, and so we really want to kind of get our names out there at open mic nights and like whatever we can do. So, what type of music do you listen to? I really love Nick Jonas.
I think he's here tomorrow night. With
Is
Demi.
it really?
Yeah. I'm pretty
Demi
sure
who?
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and she
We
goes
should
on
go together.
Oh, I'm going to Eric Church tomorrow. Otherwise, I would totally go.
That's a better concert.
There's many perks about being famous, but putting you above the law is not one of them. This was the moment Reese Witherspoon used the famous card when getting arrested with her husband.
I don't know what's going on. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm allowed to stand on American ground and ask a question I want to ask.
Let's not do
You
anything.
better not arrest me. Are you kidding me? I'm now being arrested and handcuffed.
She is a
You know my
kid.
name, sir?
Don't bring me up.
You don't need to know my name?
Not quite yet. I've said it.
Okay.
Why? God's holy name, did you get up out there?
I feel like you're obstructing justice.
I'm not expecting this. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
I am proudly a part of this.
I'm an American citizen. I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do.
You can't get about the vehicle when I
What
say
the
you're
fuck
not.
does that
Say
mean?
whatever I want to say.
You can say what you want, but you can't get about the vehicle.
I can do
Well, how
whatever.
am I getting my safety?
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what you did. You injured my
That's
investigation.
what you think. That's your prerogative.
That's okay. This is all in the report. I'm not reporting that.
As you can see, the good old I'm famous trick does not work with most cops. Watch how it turned out for fan favorite rapper Offset.
How you doing, sir? So, you
I've
turn the car
never
off for
seen
me?
this.
Why? So I can hear better? So you can hear me? Alright, you got your ID on you, sir?
Of course you can get.
Why me pull up? Well, you can't get your ID first, sir. Why me pull up? I know my rights.
Who in the
Sir,
passenger
I'm
seat?
famous too. Okay, I know my rights. Okay, I'm not gonna give my ID to you why I pull it up. Well, sir, I need your ID and then I'll tell you. So I know who you are and then we'll go from there. You said you're famous. Who are you? I'm Offset Migos. Who's that? Migos Offset. Okay. Why y'all so deep around my car, bro? What's up? Look, man, we ride two-door car, man. I'm sorry. Y'all look like y'all can shoot this. Y'all so deep around my car, bro. Mr. Stevens, you want to buckle and step out for me? Let me talk to you for a second, please. You gonna search the car? I need you to sit right here for me. All right, now move. You can do that for me? All right, I appreciate it, sir.
What did he do to cause this? Those red guts hit different. Period.
It's all right. Miss Shannon, call you back. You can lay your phone right there for me.
What happened? Why did he get arrested?
You are being arrested for
what?
You're a convicted felon and you got 3 guns. One underneath your seat, one in my box.
There are 2 different types of famous
Wait, did he
people,
violate his
however,
parole or
and Adam
something?
Sandler falls under the category of celebrities who
warrant
do
for his
not
arrest?
flaunt their famous status to get special treatment. This was the moment he and his daughter left an IHOP after a host told them there'd be a 30-minute wait. The actor tweeted, "For the record, I only left the IHOP because the nice woman told me the all-you-can-eat deal didn't apply to milkshakes." The waitress finally got to meet him when the chain actually hosted an all-you-can-eat milkshake Monday in his honor. This was the moment Jennifer Lopez got absolutely humbled.
Hi. I used to live here. Huh? My name is Jennifer. Yeah, I used to live and my room was upstairs right there. Jennifer Lopez.
Who's Jennifer Lopez?
Me. I used to live here.
Why would she let them record
Let's
it?
just say this guy's lucky the car that pulled up by his side didn't turn into a transformer when Shia LaBeouf showed up.
He is weird.
How you doing? Good, how are you? Good. I got earplugs in, but I'm good one.
When you're starring in a costume-heavy show like Game of Thrones, it's easy to forget the actor and the character are the same person. Just look at Emilia Clarke. She's all smiles in real life, even though her character rarely cracked one on the screen.
No, I don't get recognized. Truly, I'll be walking with Kit Harington, based on Snow, when people will be like, "Oh, can you take this picture for us?" And I'm like, "Sure, definitely I can. Sure I can." I'll be like, "Kit, just be 1 minute, I'm just gonna go into the loo." And then I'll hear these girls being like, "Who is that girl that he's with?" And I'm like, "Hey, it's me."
There's professionalism, and then there's this security guard who asked the lead singer of Lambs of God for his pass at a Lambs of God concert.
I don't have it.
To be fair, she's just showing up to work. She don't have to know who is who. I'm sure they said the name of the band, but does she need to know this? Where your pass? Because even when you are the artist and you're performing, don't you have some type of like something? They usually have the little necklaces, like something. No?
And now for some more security guards doing their job. This time with one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time, Lewis Hamilton.
It's when Wesley's passed to get through and his turnstile to get back into the
he's dressed up.
If someone gives up their seat for you on the train, you'd probably think they're a nice person, right? But would it cross your mind that they might be an award-winning Hollywood star?
Very sweet. She didn't say thank you, damn.
This was the moment Ashton Kutcher revealed how a surprise performer at his neighbor's karaoke party left him in a state of shock, only to find out it was not.
Say I'm sorry, Harry Styles, but you're really good at karaoke, man.
It's not uncommon for celebrities to go unnoticed in certain situations. But when it's someone as famous as Taylor Swift, you'd think her face would be recognized everywhere. Turns out that might only be the case in the Western world. During a trip to South Korea, the Grammy-winning singer enjoyed a rare experience navigating the country without being stopped once. Either the girl at the drive-thru was too distracted to notice, or she had no clue it was Kylie and Kendall Jenner pulling up for a snack.
Or she was just doing her job. I used to work. I worked many jobs. I worked in fast food. I used to work at In-N-Out. I worked in retail, and especially when I used to work in San Francisco, when I was living in the Bay, I used to come across celebrities all the time and who would come up to my register. I worked at H&M. I remember this happened quite a few times with people like coming in to buy stuff, and I would just be like, okay, yeah, here you go. Like, you at work. I mean, either way, I wouldn't personally care. But even if you do care, it's like you're at work, so it makes sense to just remain professional and not say anything. Because they could also complain to your manager or something and be like, they made me uncomfortable, and you could get fired up or something like that.
Cheeseburger with
So I'm sure she recognized her.
bread and grilled onions, please.
Wow, same thing for me.
This was the moment the security at a Gunna concert mistook Lil Uzi Vert for a fan trying to crash the show.
Oh my god. Look, he mad. Damn, they roughed him up.
Ed O'Neill is the final boss of failing to recognize celebrities. Let's take a moment to listen to some of his hilarious stories.
If you didn't know this, so Britney Spears goes up to him in an airport and says, "Can I get a picture?" And he just thinks she's some girl that wants a picture. So he takes the picture, and this goes viral. It goes, and he has no idea who she is.
And so the next day, my manager sent me this and said, "There's 53,000 likes." I said, "Who is it?" First of all, I didn't even know what likes was. They didn't tell me what it was.
I mean,
he said, "It's Britney Spears." I said, "Oh my God." But anyway, I have a similar story, and that was some years ago. I went to my favorite Italian restaurant in the evening. I recognized a friend of mine who was sitting out front with his wife, and there was a kid sitting next to him with his wife. I assumed the kid that I thought I knew but wasn't sure was a black kid, and he was talking on his cell phone. So I'm now talking to my other friend, and he says, "Ed, would you say hello to my brother? He's a huge fan, and he wants to say," now I hate this because, you know, you don't know who you're talking to. And I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll say hello." So I get the phone, I said, Hi, Mr. O'Neill, oh my God, I love your work." And I said, thank you very much. Yes, and I hope you're successful in everything you try to do, and I really watch you. I said, "Thank you very much, thank you. And listen, I gotta go now, see you." And I hand the phone back to the kid. And he gives me kind of a funny look, you know, like, that was weird. And my friend says, "So Randy, what are you gonna do, you're going out of town next week?" And I go, Randy Jackson. It was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, gotta go, Michael. Don't have
Not, "I love your work," not, "Gee, you know, haven't you had a wonderful career?" Just, "Yeah, hey, you know, I gotta go." And then I had another one too, you know, I went to Sarah Hyland's birthday party, and this woman came up to me and said, "Hi, you know, again, nice to meet you." And I was saying, "Hi, yes, nice to meet you." And I know she's famous, but I can't place her. I said, "You want a selfie? Let's do a selfie." I said, "Sure." So I do, and then I text my daughter Sophia, because she tells me who that was. And I said, I desperately need to know a name so that when I couldn't even say the name, you know, wonderful to meet you. And so I don't know if you have the picture. And she said, "I'm having you committed."
You're not committed.
So you really didn't recognize Taylor Swift?
No.
It seems like NFL pro Adrian Peterson
At least
was
he
happy
realized
to be
she was
interviewed about
silly.
something other than football for once.
About road rage.
Road rage, huh?
Yeah. So, have you ever had anyone go road rage, huh?
I have.
What happened? When I got at you?
Oh no, it didn't get to that level. But kind of slammed their brakes in front of me, and I was able to kind of maneuver and get around them. And it took everything in me not to flip them the bird, but you know, I kind of gave them a little stare as I passed by. I think I recall seeing something in the news the other day about an 8-year-old girl.
The woman that got murdered last night.
Yeah,
That's why we're doing the story.
Yeah, man, it's so unfortunate. And that's why I tell my wife and my brothers and sisters when you're driving around, you try to avoid any type of road rage. You know, let them win. You know, your life is too short to be on the highway, you know, swerving in front of people or speeding up, trying to catch up with people. You never know what people.
Well, I've never done all that. That's extra. But I have had many road rage incidents. But I'm working on that.
Absolutely. All right, your name?
Adrian Peterson.
Because I will yell.
Wait a minute. You're not.
Especially if they almost hit me or something. Ooh, I'd be like, "You stupid mother." You know, I do that. But I should stop.
Yeah.
Wise words, though. I need to chill out. But people are annoying. They just can't drive to save their life. But yeah, I mean, there's so many celebrities out here. There are millions of them. All right, you can't keep up with everybody. And then who's really popular to you is not going to be really popular to other people. It's all about what, you know, you personally consume. with the type of content you consume. It could be one of the biggest stars in the world, but if that's not your area of interest, you're just not gonna know. I just found out what Ronaldo looks like maybe a couple years ago, like a few years ago. I remember reacting to a video and people being like, how you don't know Ronaldo? Oh my God, he's the biggest star ever. I'm like, listen, I don't watch soccer like literally ever at all. So why would I know that, you know? But it's like from reacting to videos, I've come to realize who he is and what he looks like. But you know, sometimes you just don't know. So it is what it is. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you've been watching. I'll see you on the next time. Bye.